Hey, it's Clay at ClayTrader.com. This will be a live trade video where I try to capture some of my trades as they play out live. A couple quick clarifications. Number one, I'm trading futures. If you don't know what futures are, I'll put a link down below in the description area to a totally free 4-part series that'll walk through the futures market and how it all works. Second, I am trading futures through a prop firm. What is a prop firm? How does a prop firm work? Which prop firm am I using? You can learn all about that at the link that you see there at the top of the screen. But in a nutshell, a prop firm is a way for you to put very little of your capital at risk, but then you have a whole lot of upside potential. So where things stand right now, and this is one of the great things about futures, is they're open essentially around the clock. So I've already made some trades. These are from actually, as of the recording of this video, last night. But like I said, given that it's open basically 23 hours a day, 6 days a week, there's always time to find an opportunity to trade. And there's no pattern day trading rule and a lot of other things to like about them. But that is why I'm technically kind of already starting green. But at 9:30 a.m. Eastern, when the New York Stock Exchange stock opens up, that is where futures kind of kick into another gear. Don't get me wrong, they're already moving enough to make money, but that's when things you'll notice start to move around that much more. And I've been actually watching gold quite a bit. So with futures, you trade lots of commodities and stuff like that. And this is, gold recently has been kind of the talk of the town. But yeah, I've already made some gold trades. So I'll be watching gold, and then over here, looking at the MNQ, maybe the NQ2, and that has to do with the Nasdaq market. So basically, those are the two things I'm watching: gold, the commodity gold, and then just the market as a whole of the Nasdaq. So I'll pause for now, and I'll let you know as soon as I find a next potential trade. So you can see here, New York Stock Exchange has opened up. Things have gotten moving around a bit more here. So watching this, and then here's gold right now. So just kind of flipping back and forth. We'll see how these want to continue to behave here, but right now, rough start here. Wow, okay. These support levels. Doing here, the bounce back up. All right, I'll pause, and I'm going to keep a close eye on them. All right, I'm looking for a short here now if it wants to bounce back up here a little bit. Do my opening allotment right there. Again, if it wants to bounce, if it wants to keep bleeding, well then, I guess it is what it is. Again, that red line is representing a little bit more. All right, I'll pause. All right, I'm going to look for a short here of that trend line. The trend is, it's been bleeding. Trying to figure out where this next area where it might want to roll back over is. Now bouncing back up off of that trend line, so I'm watching that very closely. MNQ. All right, I'm trying to flip back and forth, keep an eye on both of them. So a bit of multitasking here on my part, but I'll keep you posted. All right, gonna look for short there, my opening allotment. Got some more there. Wants to do. Blue line is my average. I'm short, so that means I want prices to go down. Prices going down would be a good thing for me. Get some more. And blue line is my average. Nice looking candle right now. Can it get more follow through to the downside? That is the question. All right, not really. That pink line there had me worried. And as of now, it did bounce right off of it. Still may come down through it, but somewhat of a miscalculation. I didn't like having my price slightly up above that level. Well, that was good. No, there it went. But Oh well, still 175 bucks on it, but yeah, that is also the benefits of starting small. Gave myself plenty of flexibility to maneuver around within the trade. So there's always give and take. If you start at max position size, then you got to be right immediately. There's no wiggle room, nothing like that. But because I started off small, as you saw there, I did have plenty of wiggle room. So, all right, I'll pause. Little update here on gold. I'm glad, that's why it's sometimes good to wait for the confirmation. It came down here and yeah, I got slightly below that trend line, but never any sort of follow through at all. And now quite the bounce here, actually. Wow. Maybe I can try something here. Just start small. It's pretty. Again, I'm still bearish bias. This is in a very much so downtrend, so I'm not sure how much I actually believe this bounce right now. To be fair, maybe it is legit and it's just going to V-shape straight up, but I'm skeptical. I'll put it that way. And still, we'll just start small. Okay, in there, opening allotment. Again, just one. And blue line is my average. So that one just, I'm not quite sure how much, I don't remember what that number was, but yes. So in that situation, kind of disappointing. Had I gone, heavier, then I got a nice little move there, which again, had I gone heavier, that small little move wasn't big on just one contract, but multiple contracts would have been great. So that's a situation where, well, in hindsight, wish I would have went heavy, but so we're getting kind of two scenarios. The one, I'm very glad I started small because I needed that flexibility. In that situation with that trade, I did get a nice little move in my favor, where had I gone with bigger size, that would have added up very, very nicely. So I guess from an educational standpoint, we're getting some good lessons here. All right, I'll pause. All right, looking for a potential long here. Turn around this here. A little bit more of a push. There we go. Okay, and for my opening allotment, out there for a quick little scalp. Okay, we'll try it again. One at 35. So we got to go down to 30 now. Yes, I am trying to catch the knife, but I'm trying to do it wisely by starting small, not going all in, trying to pinpoint the bottom. Trying to pinpoint the bottom of a falling knife. That can be a precarious business. But yes, in this situation, I do not need to pinpoint the bottom. Now, if I do pinpoint the bottom, and I'll be very disappointed. I'll be saying in hindsight, why didn't I just go way more aggressive with my sizing? But I've also been trading long enough to know that, yeah, the odds of me actually pinpointing the exact bottom, not so good. Not so good. So I'll err on the side of just giving myself some wiggle room. My first entry is down here. I want to see this get a bit more. It's gold that's doing all this. Gold is also rolling back over. So, all right, I'll pause. All right, I am interested in a short now. It's come down. It's bouncing a little bit, but I do still think the overall trend is headed downwards. But if this thing is going to go straight back up, then I will be in trouble. But let's get started here. Try to get started here. I'll go up a little bit higher now at this point. Again, starting small. Looking to get short at that red line here on gold. I will pause. Okay, never mind. We have MNQ over here all over the place, so I think I'll stick with this one as good solid volatility. Well, that makes me feel good in the sense of I was right to still be bearish, but I was wrong in the sense of I wanted to see it bounce up higher than what it ever did. It's actually at my trend line there, but I don't know if I trust that break at this point. I'm going to just start small here and look for a potential short. So there's my short, my opening allotment. And blue line is my average price. So on that one, again, well, darn, should have started with max position size. That would have been way bigger of a gain. But like I said, that's just a give and take on. All right, I guess that is a legit breakdown here. All right, I'll pause. Wow. Well, yeah, I remember. I'm not quite sure I trust that trend line break right there. Yeah, I got that one way wrong. Wow. Well, it is what it is. Get some sort of bounce here. Okay, in there for my opening allotment. And just starting small. My next one here. Okay, so took out that one. Now again, that one, I'm glad I had flexibility. Still all this very side, just small sides, because this action is just trying to be careful with it. I will look to start the sequence over again though. My first buy down there on there. Let's check out MNQ. Trying to juggle back and forth. All right, I will pause. Oh, wow, are we at 13 minutes? Okay, this has been a longer video than what I thought. All right, I will do get a little more picky about when I hit the record button. Okay, I'm going to order at the green line. Let's see if we can get it. Come down just a little bit more. Just a little bit more. All right, I'll pause. All right, looking for a potential short here. I'm slow on it. Too slow. Just so you know that I'm not just saying this all in hindsight. Right, right here. This is for my private community that I offer. 250 flush point stop over recent highs. So 250 was an area that I was looking for that short. 250 is, I'll put my crosshair right there. There's 250. So yeah, any members that took that, good job. But yes, that's what I meant. I was slow relative to it had already broken down below. Yes, in hindsight, I would have still had plenty of space to get short there. But again, that is hindsight. But yeah, that stings. That stings. Well, again, if to you members out there that watch these videos, congratulations to you if you took that. Wow. Yeah, big congrats. Yeah, that's got me a little irritated. Trading with an irritated mindset, not really a good thing. I think I'm going to just call it good for now then. So yeah, maybe that's what I'll title the video, Ending Irritated. Because I'm very irritated, and if you ever find yourself being irritated, over my career, I've noticed irritated trading doesn't it gets very sketchy. I'm not going to say that if you trade Irritated, you'll never make money. Yeah, sometimes you'll make money, but it can also lead to not good situations. So I'm, like I said, just going to go ahead and call it good. But before I do go, I want to personally invite you to get signed up for this free live webinar. So if you are a newer trader, struggling trader, very, very confident this class can offer you some things to think about and help you out. If you are a battle-hardened veteran with a rock-solid strategy, you are invited. Don't get me wrong. I'm just not quite sure you're going to find anything necessarily useful. You could, but like I said, my confidence level is way higher for those that are in the category of struggling trader or newer trader. So like I said, go to claytrader.com/live, or just check out the link in the description area to learn when the next live class actually is. So thanks for hanging out. And yeah, if you find yourself irritated, just end it. It'll be better over the long haul. Take care, everybody.